my cousin was able to come over and help me do some of the heavy lifting. That sheeting 1/8" diamond tread is a little on the heavy side. When we go to put that on, we had to come up with a creative solution for some scaffolding to get it there, and we decided to use the flatbed. Whatever works, it's simple and easy, works great. So that 1/8" diamond tread is going to allow us a couple different options. It's going to give us good firm grip to stand on, and then it's also going to give us a good solid surface for that roof. So if we ever need to put some bales of hay on and get that out to the cows, we can definitely set that on the roof and never have to worry about it overloading the roof at all. We're going to get that braced up and well placed in there with a lot of good welds. Rowan was able to come and help hold the sheeting down as I welded it to all the structural bracing underneath. As metal welds, it deflects. So you got to make sure that you get some really good tacks in place. Going back, finishing up some of the finer welds in that, and then I needed to get up and do some full seam welding. So if you notice, I had to keep pausing for a while there because my welders only has a 30% duty cycle. So that means 30% of the time I can weld, the other 70% of the time I need to let it cool down. So if you're looking for a welder, be sure to get one with a high enough duty cycle rating. And here I'm just wire wheeling off some of the, a little bit of rust, but mostly that oil that they send in it. They call it pickling, but it helps to any flash rust or contaminants I get on it. Just adding some more bracing to the front clip there, that center beam for the windshield. And then as we start moving around here, a little different viewpoint as we start working on the sides here, getting the skeleton all the way further on. So getting some window bracing in, and then of course getting the sides in so we got something to stick the side sheeting to. The bottom ones will actually help attach the bench to, and then the middle brackets will be for backing and help hold that insulation in there. The rest of the crew showed up and are helping smooth some of those welds out for me.
All right, we had a late night last night. We got a bunch of stuff wrapped up. We got all basically the skeleton on the entire machine. We're gonna go through, we're gonna add some gussets and stuff, just for some rollover protection or some falling protection in case you run into a tree, it falls on you, you slide off the side of the mountain, you tip the machine over, roll it over. It's gonna be just as strong on its roof as it is on trackside down. So we got a few things. We're gonna add gusset plating, 1/4 inch. Yeah, it's overkill, but when you're tumbling down the side of a mountain, I don't think you'll think it's overkill at that point. So, and then I got some heavy square tubing we're gonna use in the ropes protection. It'll double as a handhold, also giving you that added corner stability to protect you in a rollover. So first things first though, this here, any of you are familiar with engines, this is a head lifting point or engine lifting point off of engine. And currently in my real life, I have a dump truck that we're tearing apart. And we keep getting farther and farther in the rabbit hole. At first it just needed some rods and main bearings, and now it's we're pulling ahead, we're doing sleeves, we're going to do rings, pistons, you name it. It's going to be a new engine by the time we're done. So it's one of those that when you get into the rabbit hole, sometimes you don't want to know how far it goes. So we'll get this traced out because there was only one on the front of the head. We need one on the back of the head, so it makes it easier for moving around. So this is also 1/4 inch, so plenty heavy duty enough, so we'll get at it.
As you can see, the plasma torch gets quite a workout here on the ranch, whether we're cutting parts out, cutting sheet steel, doing any of those finer cuts that acetylene or propane torch is a little too much for. So we use it quite a bit. One thing is you're looking for a plasma torch, make sure that you get it somewhere where that you can get the consumables, because you will go through the tips quite often. Also, they really like dry air, so make sure your air is pretty dry and you don't have a lot of moisture in it. Here's a little different viewpoint as we're welding those gussets in and getting some of those final bracings in the rear of the SnowCat to make that real stable for that wide door across the back. After I got done with the gussets, I decided to take that front hitch off of there and weld in a 2-inch receiver so that I can move that winch from front to back and then really brace that up so if we ever need to do any side loading on that we can. And I talked about a surprise, and the surprise on there is that you may have noticed on the roof I do have an access hatch through that, so that way we can get up to the roof real easy when we're cruising around, checking out all the beautiful scenery from above. Now we're just getting ready to sandblast it, prime it, and paint it. So stay tuned for episode 4. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment below. And again, thanks for watching.